Did you ever wonder why, after a very intense heat, dark clouds suddenly appear? This is what they call climate change. What is climate change? Climate change is caused by the devastating greenhouse gases composed largely of carbon dioxide that accumulate in the atmosphere. The biggest contributors of carbon dioxide include factories and all kinds of vehicles that run on oil. As the thick carbon dioxide continues to accumulate in the atmosphere, our environment becomes warmer because carbon blocks the sun's heat from entering the earth. This is even aggravated by our cutting of trees. Scientists say it needs 10 trees to arrest the volume of carbon dioxide from a running vehicle. Experts from the International Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, say that greenhouse gases should be reduced not less than 50% in the next 40 years or before the year 2050. If we have not reduced the use of carbon by not less than 50% by then, we will reach global warming's tipping point such that we will experience a more intense heat on Earth. If that happens, ice on opposite poles of the Earth will melt down, causing the rise of seawater. That will cause islands to sink, including some provinces in the Philippines. There will be more intense typhoons. While areas near the sea are underwater, higher grounds would seem like a desert. Vegetation will be damaged. Many people will die due to hunger and thirst because of the very intense heat. Here in the Philippines, we have witnessed how devastating typhoons and floods have already affected the lives, properties, and livelihood of the people. We may have experienced these ourselves. Lanao del Sur and Manao City are not spared from the ill effects of climate change. In recent months, flash floods were experienced in some towns in both the 1st and 2nd districts of Lanao del Sur. Some barangays along the coastline in Lanao del Norte also experienced the rising of seawater in 2009. Some of the professors of Mindanao State University in Manao City share some of their observations on the effects of climate change in Manao City and Lanao del Sur. Professor Ruben Silang, Dean of the College of Fisheries, says that global warming greatly affects the fisheries sector. He explains that the accumulation of carbon dioxide in the ozone layer does not only increase the atmospheric temperature, but also the water temperature as well. The volume of fish in bodies of water, including the Agus River and Lake Lanao, will decline due to global warming.
Us in fisheries will be greatly affected by the global warming. Fishes would not breed if the temperature is very high. They need some optimum requirements, which is considerably low temperature, from 19 to 22 degrees Celsius before they spawn.
Professor Pedro Escudero of the College of Fisheries observes the unusual weather condition, bringing unusual rainfall when it is not expected, and the unusual long period of dry season. Professor Silang also adds that during dry season, a great portion of the coastline of Lake Lanao dries up.
Here in the College of Fisheries, we are trying to contribute to the solution of this problem by way of trying to preserve our forest, especially the watershed for Lake Lanao. And then the National Power Corporation is embarking on this endeavor by way of giving us financial support to rehabilitate our facilities in the hatchery, the College of Fisheries. This joint project of the National Power Corporation and the Mindanao State University through the College of Fisheries is intended to rehabilitate the declining population of common carp in Lake Lanao. This is intended to provide extra income and livelihood to the local folks around the lake. In so doing, we hope that people who intend to go into illegal logging or logging activities in the watershed area would be encouraged to leave behind these kind of activities and concentrate on their fishing effort in the lake.
Professor Danilo Miro of the College of Forestry and Environmental Studies observes an increased rainfall intensity occurring in a quick but intense manner, leading to landslides and floods. Professor Miro stresses the importance of trees in climate change mitigation. Trees and vegetation cushion the impact of an intense rainfall that causes landslides and floods, he said. Miro, however, expressed concern over the fact that there are areas in the western side of Lake Lanao where there are lesser forest cover or vegetation. These areas with slopes that are very steep are prone to landslides, he added.
Only trees can help in slowing the effect of rainfall, the impact of rainfall through its cover.
These serious concerns brought about by climate change are also being taken into consideration by the provincial government of Lanao Sur. Engineer Pipulawan Naga, head of the Integrated Ecosystem Management Program Office, says that it is only under the present administration of Governor Mamintal Adjung Jr. that environmental issues are really given more attention. Naga said that the province is lucky enough to be part of the Asian Development Bank Integrated Natural Resources Environment Management Program. The provincial government, he added, also entered into an agreement with the Ecological Governance Project of the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID. These initiatives, Naga explained, aim to help protect, conserve and manage the Lake Lanao watershed, and more importantly, address the socio-economic concerns of the province.
You cannot have mitigation or rehabilitation measures without addressing socio-economic issues. While the main bulk of the program is addressing environmental rehabilitation measures, specifically climate change adaptation measures, they have bulk of the projects will address socio-economic livelihood programs for the people, because in the case of illegal logging, you cannot stop illegal logging without providing alternate livelihoods.
Scenarios such as dwindling population of fish and the occurrences of floods, landslides and soil erosion should not be set aside. If illegal logging activities go unabated, time will come when there shall be no more trees that can cushion the impact of intense rainfall that triggers soil erosion, landslides and floods. Even before the climate change phenomenon came into the picture, the National Power Corporation has already been taking steps to preserve the Agus River Lake Lanao watershed so as not to jeopardize power generation of its hydroelectric plants. NAPOCOR's efforts were even stepped up as the threat of climate change continues to haunt everyone, especially the government. NAPOCOR implements programs and projects for forest and watershed protection as well as rehabilitation of the denuded parts of the watershed. Forest guards and forest rangers, with the help of the community and the local government units, protect the forest and the watershed, according to Mr. Rene Rueda, NPC ERC consultant. He also added that their rehabilitation aspect is being done using the family approach, contract reforestation and agroforestry.
We have introduced this so-called family approach contract scheme of reforestation. NPC, through the Watershed Management Division, is directly contracting with the farmers. These farmers residing within the watershed areas, we are convincing them to allocate a certain part of their landholding to develop into forest plantation or fruit trees plantation.